Hello, everybody. I'm Fighter Kaus with Double RPG, and hopefully soon Metal Blue Eyes because he did give us a heads up that he won't be here at the very start.
Yeah, so we're back to playing more Dragon Ball Z Attack of the Saiyans, and you could say that we're pretty much close to back to where we were, getting started, but there may be a bit of an explanation as to why I'm standing here in the exact same place as the previous time where I ended off the last episode. Nah, I'm just kidding with you. But I did actually manage to grind off screen, and as you can see, we got Goku to level 12 instead of him being at level 4 because we did need to get some grinding in for him since we're about to go up against Piccolo Jr. And you might be wondering, how did I get Goku grinded to level 12? Well, Jerry, if you notice the three guys that are up here, you can go up against them many times and you'll actually get experience points from them.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good thing there. Okay.
Like, we'll show you, we'll just show you each one of them before we move on with the story.
Okay, so that's good. They did that. Like, okay, so we know Goku's gonna be super low, so just fight these guys over and over.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Just fight Lao or Lan Di. And he already knows Kaioken. What? This is still OG Dragon Ball.
Yeah, exactly. So we fought Lan Di. Now we're fighting against Kung Fu Wolf.
Hey, Star Child. How's it going, Star Child?
Or Wolfman. Oh, good to see you in the chat, Star Child. So yeah, for today's episode, hopefully we will get through the rest of OG Dragon Ball storyline before getting on with the Saiyan saga. But we'll see.
We should.
And on top of which, I also figured out why I was having trouble trying to activate the active guard for my characters is because if you're in a three-man party, each of the characters are mapped to a button for active guard. So whoever's the top character, the button you have to press is X. Whoever's in the middle, you have to press Y, and whoever's on the bottom, you got to press B.
Okay. Corresponds to their position. Star Child said he's been watching Urusei Yatsura.
Oh, the remake? Or OG original?
I think I asked the last time. I think it's the OG, right? Right, Star Child? Yeah, the original.
Okay. So we're out here talking to everybody, and Goku reveals that Piccolo Jr. is King Piccolo.
Yep. Goku, you know that I had to come back. If I die, Kami dies.
Yep, he knows that truth. And hey, look, Chi-Chi's with them, and you actually get to see her sprite image this time.
Best Chi-Chi.
Yes.
Legit. Best Chi-Chi right there.
The best Chi-Chi before she ended up becoming an egotistical bitch.
Oh, right. Star Trek mentioned about Urusei Yatsura. He has the original series and the 6 movies. And he was testing those Evangelion PS2 games to make sure they actually work. And if you didn't notice in our Discord, he bought 5 Evangelion PS2 games. And I didn't even know there were that many for PS2. I thought there was like maybe 1 or 2, but there was 5 apparently.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe even more for all we know.
Dang.
I don't know if they're all the same kind of game either. And that's not even to get into what friggin' what's that those Super Robot Wars games, because they technically have Evangelion in them too, but they're not Evangelion games.
Oh, so it's describing here how Kami used his soul to take possession of somebody to fight Piccolo in the World Martial Arts Tournament, but Piccolo actually managed to trap him inside of him.
Oh. Like I didn't know.
Yeah, because it's because the evil containment wave, Kami tried to use it on Piccolo, but it backfired.
Yep, Piccolo, the new Piccolo, learned how to reverse it.
Mm-hmm.
Starshell was saying, yeah, those Evangelion games, he didn't even know they existed. He knows one of them is a dating sim with Rei and Asuka, but the other 4 are different types of games. Huh. They made a dating sim for one of them. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And just when you thought that everybody could fight, just as strong as Goku, but they're gonna have to rely on him again. Rely on the Prodigy.
We are Prodigy. Down, 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 down. Oh god, copyright. Oh hey, LPH. We're just going to finally beat the Dragon Ball side of this game. Because it starts off with a Piccolo fight, so...
And you see Piccolo actually showed up in between all of them. Just faded into existence.
Starshell said he thinks one of those Evangelion games is actually a fighting game.
Oh.
So, one's a dating sim, one's a fighting man. I didn't know they made that many. Up here says something about dating someone. Yeah. Ray. Apparently, Evangelion has a dating sim game for PS2 where you can date Rei or Asuka. And then the other one, like I said, is a fighting game. Starchild said. The other 3, I don't know. But either way, that's that many Evangelion. Why was it randomly popular during the PS2 era? Was it because of how it was shown in America that got Japan reinterested?
I don't know, maybe.
Then again, series like that are always popular, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I say it, but I don't remember that many PS3 games for Evangelion or 4.
No.
I guess the popularity. To contradict my own statement, I just said, they're always popular. Wait a minute, no, thinking back. Wait a minute, I guess it was most. I guess it died actually after PS2. Are you ready for the final battle? No? Okay.
Just seeing...
Right.
Just seeing my friends, just talking to some people first.
You play RPGs a lot, Sometimes there's always something. I've been playing Persona 4 and 5 at the same time, you know that?
Oh, yeah. I remember you telling me about that. Oh, the announcer, they did not show a mugshot of him, but now they finally show a mugshot of him in this instance.
Older.
Yes.
This is OG Dragon Ball, though. They use his older look.
Yeah.
I can see it because of his wrinkles and stuff. Wait a minute.
And you can see that Piccolo is coming in while still wearing his cape. Because wouldn't he have taken off his cape but still kept his burnous?
He took it off at some point. I don't remember if he took it off immediately.
Yeah, but he kept his burnous on, or however you say it in Arabic.
Turban?
Or turban?
Yeah, Starchild even mentioned that's the wrong version of the announcer.
Yes.
That's definitely the wrong one for that era of Dragon Ball.
Yeah, there are some visual inconsistencies here when trying to be...
Good. I think he still kept everything on. And then when he fought Goku, he kept the turban on but took off the cape. Then everything came off because I remember he went giant.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
I think they kept that stuff on, and then over the fight took it off.
Oh, okay. Because I thought he took it off right before the fight began. Because, at this point they still would
I
consider
don't
the
remember.
stuff that they wear as weighted clothing.
You know what? I have the manga in front of me, so let me grab it.
All right.
LPH asks, and no game for the fourth Ava movie. I haven't seen games for any of those Ava movies. Even though those Ava movies kind of rekindled popularity a little bit, I guess not enough for them to consider making games. A brand just
now they show Piccolo actually taking off his turban and his cape, just to show that he's already a demon. You figure out everybody at this point would be scared and they would run for their lives out of the stadium at this point.
Hey, where's OG Dragon Ball?
All right. Okay, so in the World Tournament match, you cannot use items during this portion of the game, and it says use Active Guard instead to keep damage as low as possible. So basically, for Goku being the only playable guy in this fight, we have to make sure that we press Y to. Yeah, he should, Star Child. But yeah, with me being at level 12 for Goku, this is actually going to be pretty much a cinch fighting against Piccolo.
I'm actually looking for the manga right now. See if he had any of that stuff. So yeah, in the manga, when they started fighting, he took off the cape but kept the turban on. Yep.
Yeah. And even Star Child was asking, shouldn't he have had the demon symbol on his clothes too?
Yeah, I'm looking. Well, I don't see it on his back here. Nah, he didn't have it. The Ma symbol for demon, yeah.
Makin Gozapo. Or Makin Kosapo. That's really hard to say, even if it's in Japanese.
Yeah, he didn't have the demon symbol. Either that or Viz, It's the Viz version, maybe they...
Yeah, I mean, it could be a matter of censorship in the Viz version of the manga.
Because I looked at shots of his back, it wasn't there. It wasn't there in what I'm reading, so I'll say.
You can see how much of a pushover Piccolo is when I'm fighting against him. I'm hardly taking a lot of damage from him, and a lot of his shots are missing me.
Now that was for Kyle to see when he's done. But I put a picture of the panel before Goku and Piccolo fight.
Okay.
He's free. Kamehameha! Man, Monolith knows how to do animation.
Yeah, they do.
Got it. Played Project Crosso?
I have that, both 1 and 2.
Oh, they're coming for me. There was another shooting.
Yeah, at the place where you formerly worked at.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to go back to that job. If you guys don't know on chat, because you don't, why would you watch my local news? Why would you watch Springfield's local news? But there was a shooting just today at the MGM where I worked.
Uh-huh.
There was somebody who had a gun, and then the police came, and then he wanted to go to a shootout with the police, and they shot him. They called an ambulance, but he still died from his wound.
Oh, there's Kami's mugshot now.
Yeah, apparently that dude was like trying to mug people at he was like waving a gun around and everything, like, yeah, I'm good. Then the police came, and then friggin' yeah, he got. Nah, I mean,
yeah. Now, basically, Piccolo used his radial attack where he attacks everything at a close radius just to cause destruction.
Wait.
Now, when we get back into the battle, there's going to be another visual inconsistency, but it's not going to be on Piccolo's side, it's actually going to be on Goku's side. Because if you take a look at this image right now, you can see that Goku pretty much has the top part of his gi has been completely torn off because of the blast from King Piccolo's, radial attack. Which it should be in the manga.
Starchild, what happened? See, Starchild said the secret of Evangelion PS2, one of the games he has, was an adventure/visual novel that follows an original character to discover secrets of the Human Instrumentality Project and Unit 4.
Huh. Interesting.
I bet you it's all non-canon here, because use it on Z, never mind.
Alright,
yes. The ring is destroyed. This is why the announcer is like, hey, I know you guys beat Cell.
But here's the visual inconsistency on Goku's part. Look at him. He has his foot gear on. Or feet gear.
That was off. And I know that because he did a foot Kamehameha in this match.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, he would also be using the Meteor Combination attack. But that's the thing, though. We don't have that ability just yet. It's basically when he does those, 3 left kicks and he puts his knee into the opponent's belly just to kind of stagger him, and then he jumps high up in the air and does a Kamehameha wave to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he does that
Yeah, he does that to Piccolo in the anime.
And the games call it the Meteor Combination. But yeah. Just like how some of the games change that move that Gogeta does name. Is it the Soul Punisher? Or is it the what's the other name they give it what's the other name?
Not sure.
Stardust Breaker. Yeah, that's the other name.
Oh, okay.
The Soul Punisher or is it the Stardust Breaker? That move.
He loves that move, the Meteor Combo.
I love that move too.
Oh yeah, it's very flashy. Probably the most flashiest that Goku has done before getting more advanced moves. Oh, now Kami's talking nonsense. Tien, you have to kill me. That's the only way he's ever going to die. Because,
they're linked.
Yeah, they're linked. Their life forces are linked to each other because if one of them gets killed, the other one dies too. And that means the Dragon Balls would be gone too. Kami.
No, you can't wish him back to life. Yeah, Goku even says, don't do that.
Yeah. So Goku is actually being smart here for once.
Oh, nice guards.
And you just saw Piccolo use his destructive wave on
just
me.
now. Yep. Are you healing though? Man, no wonder.
Between each. Between each turn, or at the start of each turn, I heal about 10. I would say 10% or 5% of hit points.
Basically, you were never any trouble. Shoot. Golly.
I told you, with a little grinding, it definitely makes a difference. Otherwise, if I fought Piccolo at level 4 as Goku, then I probably would have a hell of a hard time against him. But yeah, won that match, and you could definitely see that Piccolo is out of the ring, too. It's like the announcer guy forgot. Oh, wait a minute, we're still in a tournament. Just walks over to Piccolo.
Lordy. My desk that I use on my Mac here, it's broken, so it keeps falling.
So, this was the only time that Goku has ever won a World Martial Arts tournament, if I recall.
Yep. First two, he didn't win. The next one was Mr. Satan because nobody knew it was even going on. And that wrong version of the announcer is still messing with me.
Yes. Yeah, what's up with the wrinkles, dude? You're younger than that.
Yeah. LPS said, good thing this is the final.
Oh, yeah.
Star Child mentioned the other game, so he's actually looking up what his games are.
Uh-huh.
The other game, Evangelion 2. That's what it's called.
Oh, Yajirobe, where'd you come from?
It's an RPG with world-controlling elements where you can control multiple characters through multiple versions of the main plot from the anime.
Ah.
Huh. And Star says, yeah, it is weird it would miss with that announcer, right? Miss that detail, like, let's make him the old.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it just seems like it's always something with the video games. Like, they can never really be verbatim to how characters are supposed to be portrayed in the video games, like how they're supposed to be portrayed in, like, say, the anime or the manga, for instance.
They made one portrait for him. They didn't bother. Like, no, we're just gonna use the one, and we're gonna use the one from the end of Z, or something. Like, wait, okay.
Yeah.
Even though, like, this only goes up to the Saiyan saga, so why would he be the older one? Why would they use the old one? This only goes to Saiyan saga. Doesn't make any sense.
Nah, yeah. It's like, even, like, in the Budokai games, like, with Budokai 2, you can see Goku wearing his gear from, the Android saga. You know, when the androids arrive, he doesn't have his Turtle Hermit symbol on him, except for the first Budokai. Nor the King Kai school logo. And was Goku able to jump that high?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
In the anime, he jumps woo, and he was like, yeah.
Okay, so he pretty much would learn, or has already learned Bukujutsu at this point.
Yeah, but he just doesn't use it until after Saiyan saga for some reason.
Well, I mean, I could possibly see why, because flying does take a lot to get used to. I would suppose, because if somebody were to just constantly use it right away, it would probably, you know, just make him be drained of ki that fast.
I guess. WH even asked, so when Goku fly? Because he doesn't, for some reason, he knew, like, Piccolo even tells him, if you watch the Raditz part, and they're about to go to him, and Piccolo says, I use something better than that Bukujutsu technique you do.
Ah.
Goku knows it, but you still see him writing Kinto / Nimbus.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it takes that much out of him. Like,
I guess.
Weird. It took. I don't know how he got that strong, but he didn't learn to fly without it messing with him until like Namek Saga. It's so weird to me. So if you remember, like even in Saiyan Saga, when he went to help, when he finally went to Earth to fight Vegeta, he was still on Kinto.
Ah.
He was still on Nimbus. Or
wait,
he
was still on Nimbus when he came to Namek?
No.
I was about
when he came to help Vegeta. Did you hear?
Oh, when he came to fight Vegeta, yeah, he was riding on the Nimbus cloud to get over to the battlefield.
Yeah, and I said it wasn't until Namek when he finally started flying. Like, because I guess he
yeah, and he never used the Nimbus.
His stamina.
Yeah, and he never used the Nimbus Cloud ever again at that point. The only one who ever did was Gohan, but that's when he went to high school.
LPH brought up a good point. But Saiyans can fly since they're born. Yet Goku couldn't.
You know, that actually makes a good point. But unless
if Nappa could, right when they're born.
Mm-hmm.
Basically.
It's like, if they could while they were born, then why was it that Goku couldn't? It must be like some sort of like spiritual training or something through like the Saiyans or something. Like they give them their energy to what makes people fly or something like that. Because wasn't that how Videl learned to fly? Was Gohan giving her his energy so that way she can learn how to fly too? So much philosophical discussion here about Dragon Ball.
I'm like, wait a minute. I don't remember. He taught her to use her ki to fly.
Oh, okay.
What he did before they flew was he taught her to make a ki ball.
Uh-huh.
And then he's like, you feel that? Okay, now push that to the bottom of your feet, and you can start flying. Bukujutsu, which if I remember right, means like something feather dance or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, you know what ketone means, right?
What does ketone
Goku's
mean?
cloud? Somersault cloud.
Oh, okay.
Dancing sky art. That's what it translates to. Bukujutsu.
I see.
But Piccolo flies like that, but he says it's not Bukujutsu. I'm guessing it's just some weird demon thing he does then.
I see. Okay.
Because he told Goku, it's not like that punk Bukujutsu stuff you do, even though it looks just like it. It functions just like it. And then I'm like, well, if it looks like a duck, talks like a duck, then it's Bukujutsu.
Yeah. I mean, I would assume that anybody has...
right! LPH or that head injury, right.
Oh, yeah, that could, you know, potentially...
That's actually the most plausible answer right there. LPH said it. LPH, right. You came up with the most plausible answer for why Goku couldn't just fly. It knocked out his evil tendencies, but it also knocked out everything else, apparently.
Now everybody think Goku is crazy for feeding Piccolo a senzu bean. Well...
wait till he does it to Cell, and then to Moro.
Or should we just call Moro Cell 2.0?
Yeah.
That's basically what Toyotaro is doing. That kindness is going to kill you someday. I warned you about that. Well,
he's right. We're Raditz.
Oh yeah.
He did it 3 times. Yep, here with Piccolo, then with Cell, and then later on in Dragon Ball Super manga with Moro.
Mm-hmm. So he did it 3 times, as LPH says.
Excuse me.
Oh, mercy. So how's your week been, man?
Normal. Which is, hey, pretty good. I mean, before I was I was terrified of you know, what was going on with my apartment. Not knowing
yeah.
Fix everything, and they did, only for the toilet to break now. They haven't cut down, they need to fix that. But, you know, the apartment passed inspection, though. And the toilet break is minor. It still flushes and everything. It's just like, you know the thing you actually use to flush the plunger, the little knob? You know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
You know, where you actually hit, you know, you push down to flush on? That broke. Not the actual...
no.
So, yeah.
Wait a minute. Kami is giving Goku the chance to be his successor, but the thing is, Goku wouldn't be able to know how to make Dragon Balls, would he? Isn't that like a
No,
Namekian thing?
It's only a Namekian thing, but he's not asking to make Dragon Ball. He's asking to be the god of Earth. And Goku declines. He's like, I'm not gonna be a god. Done, done. Several years later, hey, you're a god now, Goku. Woo! Got
Man,
God key.
imagine if that was an alternate timeline where Goku became the new god of Earth. I wonder how this.
Yeah.
I wonder how the story would go from there.
Starchild explained something about the Evangelion game. I figured you'd get that more.
Evangelion Introduction, also known as Evangelion Joe, is an action game where you basically fight with the Evas against the monsters. It looks like it has QTE type stuff like the Yakuza game during parts of the battles. Interesting.
It is. I'm surprised. They knew that it was still popular here, Ava, right? I'm surprised not a single one of those came over here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you figure at least one would, right?
Oh, yeah, you'd figure. Ox King in trouble. Wedding dress in the flames. No, not the wedding dress.
Oh, is this doing where the part where the anime had this like filler stuff where they got married?
Yeah, the last 5 episodes were filler.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically Goku's wedding, essentially. It was going to be his wedding, but trouble started to spring afloat with with the Ox King's castle getting gushed up into flames, trapping the Ox King in it. Oh, Goku, still a simpleton. Doesn't even know about the technical terms of marriage and what it means to get in-laws from a marriage.
What does that mean? I thought that's food. Oh, Goku.
Yeah, he even says it right there in the thought speech. I thought that a wife was some kind of food or something.
You know, that's a good question, LPH. That is a good question. He said, LPH asked, where does the Ox King live now?
You know, I really don't know. Well, I mean, would he still have any reason to stay at his castle?
Well, no, because it blew up.
Yeah.
It was always on fire, so.
Well, then, I don't know.
Starshell said the other Evangelion is a fighting game, Evangelion Battle Orchestra. It's a platform fighter with fully 3D rendered backgrounds and environments, and the story mode has individual arcs for all the characters. Hey, did you know there was a PS2 and PSP Fate fighting game?
Oh, really?
It was only in Japan. It was like a 3D one, yeah.
Dang.
I believe Capcom made it too. Would you believe that?
Dang, really? Capcom? Well, I wonder if that would be like a rare gem if that ever released in the United States, or both those.
You know what? I'll actually look on I think it's called Fate Unlimited Codes. Yeah, that's it.
Ah, okay.
No, wait, it was Aiding who did it. I was way off. No, it was published by Capcom, but Aiding, the Bloody Roar people developed it.
Oh, okay.
Funny though, right? Capcom published it instead of Konami.
So the dark time era of Capcom, as LPH says.
Yeah, I guess so. But that's strange, right? Aiding developed, Capcom published, not Konami.
Well, it wouldn't be the first game that Capcom would publish from Aiding, because...
oh, no? I didn't know that. I know there was others.
Remember, they worked on Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Oh, they did with them. Okay.
As well as Tatsunoko vs. Capcom.
And apparently they also did 1944 to Loop Master and Dima Who when they were raising. Let me see, but with Capcom. Tatsunoko versus Capcom and Castlevania Judgment were also aiding games published by Capcom. Huh.
Castlevania's Konami.
Yeah. Why'd I say Capcom?
Yeah, exactly.
How about, because I have dyslexia.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate aiding did, though. It's Capcom.
Interesting.
UMVC, all the MVC3 versions. Of course. Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate as well.
Okay.
DNF Duel with Nexon published it.
DNF Duel. Oh yeah, that's the the game that's co-developed by Arc System Works, right?
Yeah. So yeah, that fighting game by Bloody Roar developers, huh? Published like yeah, I've seen it before. And actually, people say it's actually decent. I'm like, huh.
I
wonder.
Well, but still, I wonder if that would actually become like a hidden gem on the PS2 and the PSP if they ever got a worldwide release, you know?
So the PS2 one goes for like 26 used, 50 new, but the PSP one, 137 dollars.
Uh-oh. The palace is burning.
Oh no, you didn't hear. Palace is burning. $137.
$137 for the PS2 game or the PSP?
For some reason, the PSP is more expensive.
Really? Huh.
And if you want the unless you want the cool PS2 box, that collector's edition, that one is like $200.
Dang.
Or $100 if you find it depending on the condition.
Yeah.
It's one of those games where it's like, you know what? Emulate it.
Oh yeah, just like that Yakuza game on the PSP, right?
Yep. Emulate that sucker. Sometimes you just gotta, man. Just Kuroyo, like you said. Yeah, the Yakuza one. Kuroyo. I have the patch for it, but it only patches the main story. Subquests are gibberish. The way the patch worked, it translates everything, but the subquests are gibberish. Not even Japanese. It's just random characters. Like a percent. And an exclamation point, ampersand. Wait a minute. That's not any language. That ain't English. That ain't Japanese. That ain't Spanish. That ain't even Zimbabwean.
Poor Ox King, stuck on the tallest tower. So, Ox King is telling us the Bond show fan's the only thing that'll put out the flames.
Yep. And then they meet that one chick because she's filler.
Yeah.
Like the goddess of the fan or whatever.
And we go inside this hole or something where the flames are erupting to try to quell them with the Bancho fan. I remember Goku trying to get out of that, and he ended up using Power Pole at the last second.
I'm trying to. It's all on Crunchyroll. I'm trying to rewatch all of OG Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I need to get to a time where I need to watch all of OG Dragon Ball myself. I'm pretty sure I can watch them on Hulu as well. Alright, it's time for us to go find Fortune Teller Baba. And where would Baba be? Not at West City, that's for sure. Ah, there she is. Baba's Palace. Might as well call this map Eurasia or something.
Basically.
Or Pangea, I mean.
Something like that. It's mythical China world. Might as well. Yeah.
Because at the part of the world we're in, it definitely looks like we're in Africa, just based on the shape of it. Oh, got a memo for Kamehame Fever. Oh, it's a sparking combo. Oh, so that's how we learn the sparking combos. We gotta, just find them during the game.
Star Shell said something interesting.
Apparently, Toriyama stated that the best cooks in Dragon Ball are the Ox King and Yamcha. Ooh, dang.
That's interesting.
And yet, Chi-Chi is the one that cooks for all the characters in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Yeah. The whole time you should be asking her dad.
Yeah. I mean, if he's the good cook, yeah. Girl, you should be asking your old man for help. All these ghosts. Oh, hey, we can actually buy stuff from these ghosts. But they really don't have anything that we need.
Ox King is also the only other character besides Roshi that survives 4 generations.
Oh, really?
Huh. You're right.
So he's never, like, drinking the Fountain of Youth or whatever that keeps him alive for so long, like Roshi supposedly did?
Yeah, I don't think he did, but he just lived. But he's definitely lived long.
Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, it's even when Goku meets him for the first time in Dragon Ball, you could tell that he looks like somebody who could, retire at that age. Baba says that she caught her first cold in 200 years. It's like how I caught my first cold in 3 years back last month.
Or that time I thought I caught a cold. Then it was COVID.
Yeah, until Eddie Kingston gave it to you, right?
Yeah. Dang Eddie Kingston.
Damn it. So, do you have any big predictions for AEW Revolution 2023 coming up?
Nothing big. I feel like this is going to be played safe.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. People, you need to forget that. Remember that. Not necessarily a bad thing to play it safe.
I know some people want Danielson to win the world title, but honestly, based on reports saying that he doesn't plan on winning any more belts because when his AEW contract expires, he's going to be retiring from wrestling altogether.
Oh.
Yeah. And this time it seems to be permanent. But yeah, I suspect that MJF's going to beat him, but I would like to say that even though it may not be, it may not happen, but I would like to see CM Punk just come out and say, hey, I came to get my belt back.
Let's go. I don't know. Who? I don't know if they're even going to let him come back.
Yeah, who knows at this point. That's basically on Tony Khan's end.
Because I know he's still under contract. I just don't know if, like, they're going to be like, oh, no, do we want to risk this? Do we want him to come back?
Yeah, it is a weird conundrum. Alright, so they're telling us to go to Mount 5 Element to where we find Anin, the filler chick. And by Mount 5 Element, this is what I would like to call a Needle Valley, basically.
Oh boy.
Because you remember when Goku and Chi-Chi first came here, Goku fell down into the thing and, into those things, and Chi-Chi thought he got killed, but he actually hung on to him and managed to jump away from them. He's like, huh, this place is really dangerous.
That's Goku for you.
Yep.
Also funny how he avoided a Mortal Kombat pit death.
Oh yeah. That would not have been a pretty picture for him. That's for sure. Oh yeah, since I got enough ability points, I might as well go ahead and get Goku a, you know...
LPH has his own prediction. He says he's seeing Jungle Boy or Darby Allin beating MJF by the end of the year.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that for sure. I mean, especially for Jungle Boy, at least. Because he says he is wanting to go after a championship belt, or go after championship gold for this year. Ah, damn Ghost blinded me.
I don't know why he said that. Yeah, you missed all that.
Oh, well, mother of flipper. And I even used that item.
That's dumb. Hey, I'm healed. No, you're not. What?
Ah.
That's messed up.
Yes, it
Hey,
is.
it happens in RPGs. It happens in Pokemon so much. Or like, I mean, I have a status effect, I'll heal it, and then they'll just put the status effect over you, son of a...
Ah, damn it. Because I'm trying to use the Kamehameha Wave on this Ghost, because it's the only way you can use ability attacks to actually do damage to it. Because it's a ethereal spirit, I guess.
Like in Yu Hakusho.
Mm-hmm.
The Ghost, you gotta use the key, that's about it.
Yep.
Yeah, spirit to fight spirit.
Now we got Gogyo Maji that we're
Boy.
fighting against.
That looks like not a Dragon Ball character, just like that Ghost from earlier. It looked like it was from Gegege no Kitaro.
Mm-hmm.
This guy looks like he's from like that Phoenix King, no, Peacock King anime. Star Shadow's that one, the Peacock King or Spirit Warrior was it called?
Peacock King.
Chuck. Yeah.
Demon Denizen. Looked like something
not
from
weird.
Bad Sandlands.
Okay, now that looks like a Toriyama character. Star Child, yeah, he said, yeah, Spirit Warrior was pretty crazy. And Star Child mentioned that another one of the games he has is Evangelion Ayanami Rising Project, with Asuka supplementing project, which are the sim games based on the anime and manga that are gameplay similar to that of the Princess Maker games.
Huh. Interesting.
Star Child has Spirit Warrior on VHS.
Oh, he
I
has
remember
those the Spirit Warrior anime on VHS.
Yeah.
Yeah, owning anime on VHS seemed like a rarity and a gem back in the day, because I remember watching some anime from this guy who actually had them on VHS. But yeah, it just seems like they seem like a diamond in the rough back then. I mean, it's even awesome how they actually came to be a thing, or how that actually came to be a thing to where somebody could actually buy anime on VHS even if they were so damn expensive. You remember Suncoast?
Oh yes, do I? I have stories about Suncoast and buying Tenchi from there.
Yeah, that's basically anime capital of the world, to buy anime on VHS back in the day.
Overpriced VHS tapes that were like $60 for 3 episodes.
It's like,
Yep.
really? You're gonna make us buy this, which is pretty much the price of a video game?
Mm-hmm. And I know, because we bought them all anyways. We bought all those Tenchi. Any Tenchi we could find, we bought. And of course, Eiko.
Project Echo. I still need to get the rest of the Blu-rays of that series. I
I
only
only
have
the first one.
Yeah, I got the first one too. Because I really did like the first one, and I never even seen it before. I even went as far to say that the dub was actually pretty good.
Oh, it is, yeah. That's what I grew up with. You can see why I have this strong nostalgia for it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I can see why Jerry back in the 90s loved this so much.
Yeah. And they weren't done by, and it wasn't done by, say, like Ocean Group, who were, you know, one of the earliest pioneers when it came to voice acting in animation or in anime back in the day.
Nah.
No.
I forget who it was. Central Park Media did it, so I don't know, like, a lot of those voice actors back in the day were like, this guy for Ranma half. Ranma they used for, like, those, like, the first, like, really well-known, like, anime voice actors.
Mm-hmm.
That, like,
Richard Ian Cox playing male Ranma before he became famous as Inuyasha. It's just when you hear voices from people that you know from anime, it's like, man, I know the voice of this person. They're this or that. It's like when you hear old Joseph Joestar, you're like, Richard Epcar, I hear you, man.
Starchild explains about the tapes back then.
Oh, My Sonic Goku.
He says about how they were $30 each for 2 episodes.
Jesus.
People, I want VHS to come back. Do you now?
Ugh.
For those prices, huh? You sure? Are you sure about that? You know, John.
You know, I would rather have VHS come back, say, for instance, like if you were to record some, you know, like record a VHS tape, because the analog in the VHS tape, the tape on a VHS makes it to where things can be recorded more accurately. Whereas with digital, you're always bound to get like glitches and whatnot. You know?
Yeah, I understand that.
Oh man, this is so tempting. Raise all parameters by 2 with the full ring. I'm doing it. So I got a bit higher stats with Goku.
If it makes the game easier, do it.
Oh yeah, it should make it easier for, you know, this.
That's my motto. Starshell said recording the episodes from TV, he could fit around 16 episodes on a tape. Yes!
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I used to record, I still have my tapes of recording Dragon Ball and Kenshin and all that. And I had like whole,
dude, I used to record episodes of Sailor Moon every single day whenever it'd show up, because I was so addicted to the OG series. I mean, looking back at the OG series, I constantly say that the dub did not hold up that well, whereas the dub for today actually holds up a lot better. But yeah, it's like that was one of my main addictions back then, was just making sure that I, you know, taped that show every single day when it was on. So yeah, man, I can definitely relate to that. As for other anime, not so much.
Starshell said he has one of the deep DVDs of Sailor Moon.
I either have 2 or 3 of the Sailor Moon movies on VHS. It was actually the second and third movie, not the first movie, which I find to be the better movie, but I had the other 2. But, you know, it was like one of those great mysteries. Why was it that, you know, certain anime were kind of left unfinished when they were localized for the Western world, but then somebody else was able to get the rights much later, and then we can see the full extent of what that anime was supposed to be. I mean, it's kind of the same thing with that Virtua Fighter anime, like you told me about.
Oh yeah, well, only now are we getting the whole thing finally with Discotheque.
Mm-hmm.
Only now.
Is it? But is it going to be in fully voiced in English too, or is it just all in Japanese, the dub?
I'll double check because I'm pretty sure it's all dubbed. But let me.
Okay, I'm just gonna say if it's gonna be all dubbed, then I'm pretty sure that they hired new voiceovers.
Well, they had to have. I mean.
Yeah.
Because only the last 11 episodes never were dubbed before.
Ah, so there's Anin, the filler chick. But there's one person missing here at this moment, and you know who it is, Jerry.
Where's Chi-Chi?
No, she's here with us.
Huh?
Who was supposed to be here right before Anin showed up?
Oh, I don't remember the filler for Dragon Ball.
Grandpa Gohan.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't remember if he was still wearing the mask or not.
I think he was wearing the mask right before he saw when he met up with Goku. It's like when he realized that the man standing in front of him was his grandson, he took his mask off. And
I just looked up Virtual Fighter, so it has all the episodes, includes the vintage English dub for what was dubbed before 1 through 24.
Uh-huh.
But after that, I guess it's just sub only.
I see.
Discotech ain't got that much money. So, but although they are redubbing Gunbuster, though, funny enough, when they're
which is the irony. And I'm really glad that Tales of Symphonia is finally getting a Western release. The animation, at least the 12-episode OVA series, but it's all subbed. There's no English dub for it. It's like, okay, you guys dubbed... Tales of Fantasia, the animation was dubbed, but why not Tales of Symphonia, the animation?
Yep.
But then again, as you said, they're not... Discotech doesn't have a lot of money, say like Viz or Funimation, so they gotta necessitate the resources very carefully.
Yes, Darsha mentioned Grandpa Gohan did have the mask.
Mm-hmm.
Talk. I don't know. $40% off my next order of $25 or more. I just wanted to order some fries before. They were like $20. I'm like, I ain't paying $20 for just fries. Get out of here.
Which remake or remaster game are you talking about, LPH?
Tarshawn also said yes, it is. On the PSN, the remastered of...
Oh, Symphonia. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah, but I think it's only the PS3 version of the remastered that's on there that you can get through PSN Plus. But hey, Bandai Namco finally put out a statement saying that they are aware of the issues on the Nintendo Switch version of Tales of Symphonia Remastered and that there's a patch incoming. But it's just like, why not just remake the entire game from scratch if you want it to run in 60 frames a second, I mean, if you don't have the source code for the GameCube version, it's like, as I said, just remake the entire game from scratch.
At this point, it would probably be better to just remake it.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't be as much work as they think it is. Oh man, that reminds me of what we got robbed out of because of Sega. How Shenmue wasn't just going to be a remaster re-release, it was actually going to be a remake, and they canned it. Oh, and there's footage of it. Oh man, that hurts. That hurts, man, because people are like, man, I want to get into Shenmue, man, but it's so outdated.
Oh yeah.
Well, they were going to modernize it with an actual remake, but decided not to.
Alright, now we're fighting against Anin. But the thing is that in the episode, she was eating ramen noodles and just kind of enjoying her time while explaining to Goku the problem of quelling the flames on at the place where they're at, and then Goku swiped the fork that had the ramen on it to tell her, hey, get serious. A man's life is in danger, and she fought against him. But it wasn't like, her saying, I shall test you. She fought against him because she got pissed.
And speaking of pissed, hello.
Hey, you finally made it.
Yes, hello. On location, as it were.
Yes.
All the way from Birmingham, England?
No. But better late than never.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, like I said, because I'm out of town for my my grandmother's 90th birthday, so.
90 years old and still going strong.
Yeah, she is.
Well, hopefully she'll manage to fulfill Betty White's wishes and live till age 100.
Just to spite y'all.
LPA said cool.
So did I miss anything?
No,
I always
nothing.
talk about Dragon Ball and Evangelion and Discotheque.
Well, shit. Well, I guess I should have been here earlier.
Probably so.
And how there was a shooting at my job where I used to work. And
Damn.
I'm like, boy, am I glad I quit.
Damn. That is whack.
I know, right? They wonder why I don't want to go back. Why don't you want to come back? I don't know. Maybe because this
Something to do
isn't
with
the
the
first shooting. And it ain't even the first one. I don't know. Maybe the fact this is a reoccurring thing.
And besides, living in Massachusetts is not really safe, especially, the area where you're at, Jerry. Right?
Exactly. Dude, I get hassled by so many people. Like I told Wheels and I said on my stream, they think I'm an easy mark because I look like just some like tourist or something. I don't know, with a friendly face. Like, I bet he doesn't know anything about scams or street people. And me, my dad was a gangster. I know all about your crap. And they're like, well, why isn't he fought? Like, cause my dad and I still have family members that are. I'm not gonna say who they are, obviously, because I ain't trying to.
Well, just don't run into the Van Buren boys.
Oh boy.
Ah. So the only way for people to cross this world into hell is through here at the Fire Mountain or whatever, because of the furnace that's behind Anin. Even though it's basically filler, because anybody who dies, they just immediately go to.
Yeah, that gets retconned.
Yeah, very fast.
Well, filler because Toriyama's like, what? He probably saw that or didn't even hear about that part. He's like, what? That's not how the afterlife works.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he had Goku die in the Raditz arc, because he saw this and was like, let me clear that up by having Goku die and show how it actually works.
Yeah, you got to beat a bunch of Oni, and then you run up into King Yema's desk.
Don't forget about the snake lady.
Oh yes.
Ah, yes.
Mistress Snake.
Oh yes, Princess Snake, Mistress Snake, whatever you call her.
Or Princess Snake, yeah.
Yeah, they both work.
And also one of the few episodes you get to see Goku naked.
Oh yeah.
You also see someone play one of her underlings play Russian roulette and shoot herself in the head.
Oh, I forgot about that too. Holy shit. That was dark.
Yeah, people are like, old school. Oh yeah, Dragon Ball ain't that dark. Oh boy, yeah, sure.
I can see why they skipped that when they first aired DBZ.
Anin, you look like a woman. That's why Goku called you a lady, just based on your outer appearance alone. But you say you're on the level of deity? Sorry, retconned.
Definitely retcon.
You're basically an old grandma. Goku said.
Go
someone
here.
with it. Well, with someone of his mindset, yeah, he would say that.
He would.
Oh my God, she got big.
Yep. That I remember the end.
Now, where's the hysterical guy from The Simpsons when you need him? He's like,
Settle
oh my God, she's gonna destroy us!
This enormous one will devour us all.
No, I wasn't talking about her. I'm just calling her as a statue.
Just right.
And she weighs 18 tons. This enormous one will devour us all.
Yeah, and in the filler, she actually did turn big like that, but the only way Goku managed to subdue her was to use the Bancho fan because of it generating winds at, really powerful gusts of wind on her, basically.
LPS said, too bad no Death Zone arc in this game.
Nope.
And Starchild said, I had the original first wave of Dragon Ball DVDs, and they actually have some funny censored parts where they drew stuff in to cover stuff up. Just like 4Kids did with Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh yeah. That's why you will never.
Yeah.
That's why you will never ever see any of the seizure episodes, like say for instance Porygon.
Yeah.
Starchild. I mean, LPH said the '90s censors were a gift and a curse.
Yeah. Like, what was it? Changing Oolong's panties into a sandwich or something?
Dragon power.
Oh no, there was two different ones. There was like the first one, which was like the Harmony Gold Saban one that changed it into like a wad of cash, I think.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And then like the first Funimation one turned it into a sandwich, and of course uncensored, it's a pair of panties. So I don't know what's better, panties, a sandwich, or a stack of money.
Probably a stack of money.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, anybody would want that if they saw that.
Because the sandwich implies you're eating panties. I had some weird issue with my Mac earlier. Right, tell them about that, Kyle. You're hearing like audio, and I'm like, wait, I always want audio.
When Jerry and I were talking earlier before we got started with this episode, his Mac was seemed like his audio mixer on his Mac was on, so I actually heard him. Heard his whatever video it was that he was playing, and he was basically listening to stuff about the Bible, I guess.
Well, the important part, yes, but the important part was the fact that you were hearing it when you shouldn't have been, because my Mac doesn't like sharing audio, and I'm like, why is it that when I try to share audio, it doesn't work? When I don't, it does.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to reset the Mac.
Alright, so we have to go both to Kiwi Volcano and Mount Frapp.
Frap.
Get it? The places are all named after food.
That's Toriyama for you.
Pretty common theme when it comes to Toriyama's work.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I mean, Pepper Town, Ginger Town.
He's always hungry. I don't know. Surprised he didn't write Food Wars.
Yeah. Or Toriko.
Well, I'm glad he didn't write Toriko now.
Well, good thing he did a crossover with Eiichiro Oda with One Piece.
Oh, yes, cross episode, which I think is finally translated officially or something like that.
think so.
Or I'm high. I don't know.
Or that. I mean, could be that.
Is it those people who are down below trying to get you high again?
Well, they actually were smoking earlier. Yes, very, very strong.
So the rest of the Dragon Ball gang are coming along.
Dragon Ball. Da 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 da. Copyright.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So yeah, basically this part never happens in the anime filler, where, you know, Krillin, Tien, and Yamcha actually help out Goku in this part.
Alright, so you can see the chat, what Star Shell said about, what they did.
Is it Chester? Ooh, yes. Yeah. Oh, the S combo, with the S combo dictionary, we can actually learn who uses what and how we can use them in battle. So we also got to make sure that we find those when we play through the game by talking to people from the different cities and different villages around the world map. And the other places that we come across too. Hey, Oolong has a shop here. At least he's not randomizing your cards, say in the Dragon Ball Z RPGs on the NES or the Famicom.
Yeah.
Hakake. Now I don't think that's a filler character. I think that's just an original character for this game.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Oh. Launch is up here. Just having some friendly chat. You know, I wonder why Toriyama decided to make Launch leave the Kame House at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess it was more of a case that he couldn't figure out anything else to do with the character.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I'm pretty sure that's pretty much it. Which is funny, because, like, video games and stuff can always think of stuff for her to do.
Mm-hmm.
But Toriyama himself, no, I don't know. She's got nothing. Video game people, other people. She definitely has plenty you could ever do.
Oh, Starchild explained it well. He probably got tired of drawing her hair. Yeah, I forgot that he mentioned that some of the things they drew, and not only Dragon Ball, but some of the other works were kind of hard for him to draw specific characters or objects, so he got tired of them, I guess. Like, even for, like, Cell, he thought that Cell was one of the more difficult characters.
Yeah, because all those dang spots.
Mm-hmm.
I even saw some on R Ningen or RDBZ, I forget where. They're like, man, the poor animators had to draw his spots all the time for every Cell animation of Cell. Get it. Multiple cells.
And here they're giving us. Here we found the S combo guide or the dictionary, so it can tell us what type of S combos we can actually use. So, say for Rush Blast, if we had somebody use like a beatdown combo while somebody uses a Key Blast, then yeah, we can do that. Or do a Hyper Rush where everybody does beatdown combos, and one of them doing a Key Blast but the other do combos for a Hyper Blast, and so on and so forth. But yeah, there's a lot. Burn your foe to a crisp. Okay, so the Kamehame Fever. I assume that this is one where both Goku, Krillin, and Yamcha use the Kamehameha wave.
Yep.
I think. Demon Wolf Crane. So, it is a move that Piccolo, Yamcha, and Tien can use for. But yeah, a lot of these stuff, they give you a general idea on the types of moves that you can pull off. But, trying to ascertain who can use what, that's a whole different can of worms. But You know, that's one of the things I like about this game, is that it rewards experimentation when you try to pull off the S combos sufficiently. Who do we got? This random caterpillar guy. Fire caterpillar. No. That doesn't look like that doesn't even look like a Toriyama character.
That's no Toriyama. That's no.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did level up Goku, so he probably should get his, he should probably learn a new ability too on that under the skills menu. Oh, everybody else, I forgot that I can bring about something new with the characters too. Okay. Yeah, the energy wave combo. Ooh. Now, you notice that even though I activated the energy wave combo, I cannot use it until I actually have enough ability points to activate it permanently to where Goku can actually use it. So yeah, even though it says that you can level up some abilities to unlock those new abilities, but you have to unlock them with the necessary ability points. Woo! Oh, where's Krillin? There you are, buddy. Okay. And I think you can cross that fire, but the thing is, or the magma, but just like anything with hot surfaces, it will drain some of your hit points. So, you could either risk it for the biscuit or find some way to subdue that lava, which I think you can subdue it somewhat. Call didn't drop, did it? Hello? Oh, metal dropped. Oh, whoops. I see. Where did metal go? Anyway. TM's leveled up, so, let's go. And I guess Jerry had to go take care of something, so he'll be right back. Yeah. I knew this was going to be very risky to do that. Because look at how much damage we're taking if we, you know, hit up on that lava. Ooh, yeah. We probably better wait on that for a little bit. Krillin's about to die.
Oh snap, I got up and metal gone?
Yeah, metal, lost reception.
Well, that's what happens.
I'm sure he'll be back.
Yeah, Battle Stadium DON. I remember when that game came out.
Oh yeah, that's the crossover between Konami, Hudson, and Takara Tomy products.
No, the one with DON is Dragon Ball One Piece Naruto.
Oh right.
I know which game you're talking about. I know that game too.
Yeah, that's like a cult classic amongst people in Japan and from around the world. As much as any of the Naruto Clash of Ninja games that are still only in Japan. Oh, you back?
Yeah, Wi-Fi here isn't the best.
Ah, I figured that.
So I should say, I think sometime this weekend he's gonna go through Dragon Ball Z Legends for PS1.
Oh, yes. That Dragon Ball game we never got in the West.
Yep.
That actually was pretty decent back in the day. Yeah, you can see that we're in Kiwi Volcano still.
Kiwi Volcano.
And you can see that most of the characters are not in tip-top condition to actually fight this caterpillar, but then again, I guess we do have ourselves a handicap since Goku's at a pretty good level too. Ah, Goku didn't hit Sparking. I would have tried to... Oh well. I would have tried a combo attack between him and Krillin. But that's okay. If we get to a boss, then we'll be able to show a combination ability.
Mm-hmm.
Starchild says he already beat Char's counterattack on PS1. Yeah, he still has to go through
Dang.
Gundam Z on PS1? Huh. Jorgen. Cell, are you sure that's not you? Oh, okay. Cool. We can do this.
Good.
Alright. So do that, and have Goku do the Kamehameha, and, Yay! There we go! Rush Blast!
Oh, here we go. You see this? Rush Blast, Sparky. Oh, snap. Oh! By the wall.
Sparky.
Mm-hmm. They seem like things that you would see from the show. You know, those attacks. Look at the lava.
Look at the lava.
I don't know why Metal's saying that. We think of McBain.
Alright.
The goggles.
Don't,
We do nothing.
just don't eat the salmon puffs.
That's the joke.
Oh man, I just showed somebody did a meme of what it's like in Fallout New Vegas to play with 10 strength with 0 intelligence.
Oh yeah.
And it showed them it was a McBain thing where it was like taking out everybody, but then like the salmon puff was like because his intelligence was too low to like seal the trap.
Huh.
It was really good.
Alright.
It made it seem like they're actually Vegas.
And speaking of, I saw some Dagoth memes in the chat earlier.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've seen some good ones. Like Dagoth gives you his opinion on every starting race in the Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint how that one ends up.
Yep. Just pick Dark Elf.
Yeah, basically. Just be a Dunmer.
The one I love, I saw that one. There's one about him ranting on Game Boy Advance, which was great.
Wait,
Oh, yeah.
what? You
No, that
ran
was
about a Game Boy
amazing.
Advance?
It's what he ran. You'll see. He's trying to scalp Game Boy Advances,
Oh, okay.
and it's like, and apparently the Nerevar destroyed all his stockpile,
Game
I
Boy
see.
Advances.
and he goes on a rant about how
That's it.
great the Game Boy Advance is, and he goes, "What? You gonna tell me to emulate? Emulate sucks, man. You want to actually hold the system, man." And then he goes out to the Steam Deck. And he's like, "Okay, the Steam Deck is great. You know what? I'm gonna sell Steam Decks."
Now, Jerry, take a look at this enemy we're fighting here called Jorgen. Are you sure that's not Cell that we're going up against? Imperfect Cell. at least.
Bro, that thing looked like it's straight out of like a Kamen Rider thing instead.
Yeah,
And-
I can see that.
Yeah. Looks like it came out of a Toku instead of freaking Dragon Ball.
Jeez. What is up with this damn game?
What is up with Dragon Ball Z Attack of the Saiyans? It's so much fun, dude.
It is. It's an RPG.
You said what is up with this damn game? It may
I
sound
know,
like it was a bad
I
thing.
know. Well, no, I didn't mean like that, but I didn't mean it in a negative way. But
Yeah.
Star Child said the Gundam Z game has the music from Zeta, so he doubt he'd be able to stream Zeta because without turning the sound off.
oh yeah, thanks international copyright.
Yep, that's why we still can't get the song over here for the opening.
Yeah, because it's a reworking of a Neil Sedaka song.
Yep. Star Child said also that what you were fighting earlier it looked like Cell but with Cooler's head.
Yeah, I could see that.
So Booler,
Booler.
I don't know what else. I don't know.
Booler. Boo! You suck!
You suck,
Boomer.
McBain.
Oh, cold boots. Oh, okay, I can finally get past that magma with the cold boots, so good. Let me go ahead and equip those. I think they're capsules. I don't think we need the gas mask.
In the Dragon Ball world, everything's capsules.
Yeah, raises fire resistance, makes fire floors safe, so yes, we can walk on the magma floors if we have to.
Wow, Capsule Corp really does make everything in this world, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Like, literally. Seems like you could order just about anything you bloody well want from Capsule Corp, and they've got it in convenient capsule form.
This explains why Bulma's the richest person on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
It would, yeah.
Lord LPH said, this needs more Red Ribbon Army. And then he said about that guy you're fighting like Cell, he said, hotter Cell? Fire Cell?
Could that be the real Cell Max?
Ah, yes, that's the more important question. Is he hotter than someone else? The answer, of course, is no. Nothing is.
Let's do one with Goku and Tien this time.
Is he going to show us how to save the day?
Oh yeah, I'll have him save the day. We'll have him do a rush blast. Them do the rush blast this time.
But I hear this guy's name is Zero, not Goku.
Zero and his pal Nora.
Oh.
Hey man, you don't shit on Zero and his pal Nora, or he will cut you.
Thought we could walk on hot floors. What the hell? Oh wait a minute. It's because I haven't. Am I not activating it? Oh, that's right. It's because I was still on the gas mask. Of course. God, jeez. Completely forgot about that.
Colonel, there's poison gas in here.
More like poison ass. Or more like boiling ass.
Just put your mask on, Snake.
LPH mentioned Omega Cell. How about that?
Ah.
That could work.
Goku, you're the strongest man on the planet now. Also Goku. Nah, I'm gonna let these random henchmen just see about me.
Also Goku.
Random
Nah,
henchmen.
nah.
Whoops. Cartman would say, "Here you go." I mean, who ever heard of a mummy with a shovel? A fire mummy with a shovel.
Why, I believe that's Ric Flair. A mummy with a shovel. Nah, Ric Flair buries. Well, now he is. He's burying everybody.
Yeah, man, that's Triple H.
Why, you have a thing against Goku, dude? Making him drop his speed like that?
Well, okay, so Triple H, after he got severely burned. There you go, that's the mummy with a shovel. Triple H and his golden shovel.
Yeah, gonna... Building WWE stars one burial at a time. Because that's how you really know you made it as a WWE star, if you get buried by Triple H.
Ah.
It's kind of crazy to me how much he's loved and respected, but also hated.
Yeah, a bit of both. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Oh, TN, you're about to bite the dust, dude. So, heal up.
Heal up, you'll need your strength for the winter.
You know, it's funny how you mentioned Triple H with a shovel. I would assume he would be more the guy to have a sledgehammer with him at all times.
Well, yeah, he's more associated with the sledgehammer, but in wrestling terms, he does a whole lot more burying than he does sledge shots.
I mean, yeah, probably so. I mean, after he killed Stone Cold Steve Austin's pet rattlesnake, then yeah, I'm pretty sure he turned over a new leaf and started resorting more to shovel work.
Oh yeah, the shovel. Because what you gonna do, brother?
He's the real Shovel Knight.
Triple H, the real Shovel Knight.
And the LPA says, so, the 2002-2006 era of WWE. Get my composure here a little bit so I can not having that much trouble trying to attack the enemies and all, or guard against them.
LPH said, and what does that make Hogan?
You know, I don't know.
He's Mr. Satan. That's what.
Sarge mentioned about Triple H. The people that like him are the people that came right before him or came in through NXT.
Oh,
well, I mean, he's right, yeah.
Krillin, let's learn Destructo Disc, man.
Yeah, man. Go Pizza Disc, fire!
Can't wait to finally learn the Energy Wave combo. Okay. But TN, he pretty much has all his abilities set. I mean, he doesn't really have to learn anything new from any of the abilities that he has. Except for his ultimate attacks, of course.
All I can say is, what is it? Wing Wave come.
Wind Wave or Wing Wave?
Wind Wave come. You know that.
Kamehameha!
Actually, I don't know if you actually play Dragon Power.
No, I've never played it, but I've seen people play it. Online.
I still have the cart. I still got it.
You lucky son of a bitch.
Do. No, wait, the Dragon Power music went. Oh man, and you lose health just by walking. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like, how are you supposed to beat the game like that?
It's one of those typical Japanese style mid-80s guide dang it by the friggin', strategy guide kind of games.
I don't think there was even a strategy guide for it.
Well, if Game Center CX has taught me anything, there is a strategy guide for just about every single game ever put out for the Famicom, so...
I guess. All of them went to sparking, but, yeah. We couldn't get a 3-man ability this time.
Ah, poo.
Yeah. Aw, camel poo.
Ah, Shazbot.
Oh yeah, I can't even damage that rock. It's flashing white, so I need to upgrade my beam ability to level 2 if it's white, and if it's flashing black, gotta upgrade it to level 3. Let's show off the energy wave combo. Goku. Basically, it's just a volley of key balls at all the enemies.
Ooh, some lovely key balls. Who doesn't love some nice key balls?
Oh, I guarded against that, you piece of crap. But I forgive you because this game is awesome. Oh, good. Everybody's in sparking mode, so let's show a 3-man sparking attack.
Star Child said, yeah, let's see this.
Hyper Rush.
Hyper Rush. Sparking. Oh, in the air. Oh, 10%.
Damn,
Oh.
son.
Star Child said you'd be surprised how many PS4 games don't have strategy guides. I guess because these days they assume you're just gonna go on the internet.
Yeah.
Basically.
I have some strategy guides still. I have Oblivion strategy guides. Humongous. It's like a Bible.
I
Jesus.
bet.
Because it was for the Oblivion GOTY version, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, so it'd have all the add-ons.
I have the Pokemon Yellow strategy guide.
I could literally say that the only game I have that would pretty much be equivalent to the Bible is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and that book is humongously big.
Oh, hey, Bad Gamer.
Oh, hey,
He
Alex.
said, it's sad we never got more of this game style for the other sagas. Yeah, because Monolith got fully absorbed.
Yeah, by
And
Nintendo.
he said also hi. What else? Hey, Lord Doom, wow, you guys showed up with 20 minutes left. But better late than never.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait, Star Shell said Megaton Musashi doesn't even have strategy guides online.
Jesus.
Holy crap.
Jeez.
I know that Sparkster on the SNES has no Game Genie codes whatsoever.
Huh.
Just weird.
Yeah, that's like the only game I know that does not have any Game Genie codes.
Whatsoever.
Man, boy, did we use Game Genie a lot back in the day.
But you want to know what it did? But you want to know what it did if you were to punch in the Konami code? It actually gave you the extreme hard difficulty.
Huh. Lord Duke said where he was. He was saying he had to do some hospital stuff. Was annoying but helpful.
Okay.
And Bad Gamer says some games are just so obscure no one wants to make a simple FAQ.
Yeah.
I
Because
know
God
that all
knows.
too well.
You know, some people, you know, God forbid, somebody's got to make guides for games from the Casio Loopy. That is an actual thing that exists, by the way.
The Casio what now?
It's called the Loopy.
Loopy.
It's like a combination. Think of it as a combination Super Famicom and sticker printing machine.
Casio, the people behind keyboard.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
look who showed up.
It was primarily marketed towards girls, so.
Huh.
And it was very kind of short-lived. So,
Yo, it's Shu and Mai.
Yep.
hey,
Oh, that's what happened to Lord Doom. He said his cold turned into a sinus infection.
yikes! It's not good.
So yeah, with Mai and Shu there, you know who's gonna show up next.
Pilaf.
Yep.
He's got him.
Good old P-Alf.
Shu, are you actually an apprentice of that other ninja that appears in Dragon Ball?
Oh, was it Murasaki or whatever?
Yes.
The Red Ribbon Army dude, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me if there's a whole like Naruto style like village system or something in Dragon Ball that we don't know about.
Exactly.
And he's just from like the shitty village.
There's the man himself.
And they are the Pilaf gang.
Yes.
Lord Doom said he feels great though, thanks to the meds they gave him, so that's a plus.
Good.
Oh yeah, that's always a.
Starshell, yeah, he remembers. Yeah, Ninja Murasaki, and Lord Doom said the village hidden in the key. And Bad Gamer went, asked, dude, he had 4 more identical twins. And LPH said, so when are they gonna be kids? And he said, I still don't know why they turned into kids. None of us really have a solid answer for that. Why the Pilaf gang
Not really.
DH'd. Hey, do
Yeah,
you know
this-
why? No.
This was right
Oh,
before
maybe-
Mai ended up becoming less of a ditz and more of a well-respected character in the post-apocalyptic timeline that Trunks is in.
Yep.
And since we're fighting against them, guess what music we get to hear again?
Oh, they actually brought that back.
Yep. Dragon Power.
Dragon power. Dragon power.
And we're fighting them inside the robot machine that
Yep, I hear
they
it.
all pilot.
The P-Alf machine, one
Yes.
of the shittiest Sentai combiners of all time.
Yep. Yeah, let's show off Destructo Disc. We haven't done that with Krillin yet. I think it can also inflict darkness too, possibly?
Well, that doesn't make sense.
Well, let me take a look real quick. Oh no. There's no status-inducing effects with it. Okay, never mind then. I know the solar flare you can blind enemies, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, that one makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You want to be super weeby.
Starshell said, yeah, the de-aging is but never really explained. And Lord Doom said, Maya's kind of weird. Her whole thing with Trunks in the manga is, yeah. And Bad Gamer said, that was his thing. Whoa.
Bless you.
Thank you. A ninja minds the shadow clones because he uses 4 identical twins as fake clones. Murasaki, yeah.
Ah, dang it. Goku's knocked unconscious. Not dead, but just basically out for a turn, essentially. There we go.
Not dead, but dead.
But dead. Not dead, but yeah, he did.
Dead.
But
D-E-D.
basically dead.
Not dead, just D-E-D, dead. Alright, Hyper Blast this time.
Hyper Blast.
Metal, must you repeat everything I say?
Yeah.
Must I repeat everything you say? Yes, I do. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Well, you do it too, so.
Well, it's my tism.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Kyle. You also do it.
I know. I was just playing around with him.
Don't worry. Like
I'm just playing
that
around.
outed himself. Lord Doom says he loves Murasaki because he cheats to win. He supports it. And then he got caught and the support was withdrawn.
Ah.
Yeah.
Starchild said the My Trunks thing was one of the things I didn't like about Super. Like, they were really trying to push Trunks again. It was stuff he didn't need. Plus, Maya's like 40 years older than him. And Lord Doom said this. 100% what Starchild said. Bad Gamers
Hey, you know.
asked him how he could be in so many places at once. Then Murasaki just straight up showed him his siblings. Him and his siblings. Me, I'm gonna work on my webcomics. Also, me, I didn't actually plan anything with my webcomics. I don't just draw from the seat of my pants. What do you think I am? Actually, I do. For mixtape, I do. But
Ah, TN's down for the count.
dang,
That's okay.
so I'm
We
holding
got-
his arm
Yeah,
like Vegeta.
but we do got something where we can bring him back. The Phoenix Feather.
Phoenix down.
Yep.
Oh, here they come. Here the
Phoenix.
sirens come.
It's the Phoenix Down Police.
Okay, that was weird. They just turned on their sirens slightly and then just kept driving. That was super weird. They went like they're gonna stop right here, but they actually kept driving.
Yeah, I know that all too well.
I'm like, wait, why'd you even turn on if y'all like? Wait a minute now. That don't make no sense.
That don't make no sense.
Bad gamer. Oh, TN, it's too early for you. You brought him back. LPS said, I'm just waiting for Trunks to say he likes mine like a sister.
I
Oh,
will
no.
laugh
Oh my
if that
God.
does happen.
Him trying to get with Mai in the manga just for him to go, nah, it's like sister.
And he's like, ah, shit.
Goku, you don't remember the names of your enemies you fought in the past?
Who does?
Oh boy. And just so you know, this is not the first or last time first and last time we fight against these guys. We actually fight them again later.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely not like one boss kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Time to go home, you say, anyway, Goku, but you still haven't gotten the honey yet on Mount Frap.
At Mount Fap.
We got canned on Twitch.
Well, hey, I don't know if that violates Twitch's Gavin policy or not.
What if it does?
I doubt it. I think it's vague enough that we'll be fine.
Alright. Now, we're not going to get through the entirety of Mount Frap for today, but we'll just see how far along we get.
Mount Frap A.
Popeye, Papayin. Popeye, Papayin.
Oh! Oh, hey, it's the old lady who's with Ader.
Oh yeah.
Or the no, not the old lady with Ader, but basically the old lady who teaches Chi-Chi how to become a housewife.
Didn't teach her well enough. Oh!
Hey, remember that time that Suno came down to the city and almost got, creamed by a car?
Okay, Hakake actually was from the last few episodes of Dragon Ball. It was during that last filler story, basically. Yeah, okay, so this... Now I remember.
Dragon Ball had filler? No. I thought it was a flawless masterpiece.
I'm sure somebody will say, Boruto has filler? And we'd be like, oh, you have no idea.
Try sitting through 200 episodes of it, bitch.
Yeah, where 80% of it is only that.
Exactly, meaningless filler.
Not to mention that there's a supposed time skip coming up for the Boruto manga.
Yeah, I've heard that.
It's like it's trying to do everything Naruto, but backwards.
But backwards.
Yeah, Star Child even said original Dragon Ball had a few filler parts.
Oh, I'm sure they did, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't think you see Ader here, but you will actually see Ader much later on, before the Saiyans arrive. Just kind of like in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Good stuff.
Alright, let's try to go through this mountain a little bit before we...
As a matter of fact, it isn't.
Is that okay? I remember somebody did a Newgrounds meme of that, where they redrew that entirety of the scene, but just kind of made it like a Kageto-kun over 9,000 type of YouTube poop for it.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Still, one of my all-time favorites. He's got to be Vegeta being constipated and trying to shit so hard he goes Super Saiyan and blows up the Earth.
LPH asked if Bleach is the king of filler, though.
They're pretty damn close.
Damn close, but I would like to say that Boruto is probably the crown victor at this point.
Yeah.
So, boy, is it.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And it makes you even wonder how something like One Piece avoids filler, you know?
The answer, go on
or
for so long so nothing is filler anymore.
Or just avoid much of it in the first place. I mean, there may be some here and there, but they're like few and far between. Know what I mean, Burn?
Bad Gamer said if you want to talk about good filler, Fairy Tail did it the best. That's true.
I still need to watch the entirety of Fairy Tail.
Bad Gamer said because the filler is still straight up canon. Because the filler in Fairy Tail is just what the author didn't have the time to do with his manga.
I see.
But so it's still stories he wrote. He just didn't have time to draw.
Now that's filler I can get by with.
Or do mention about the Bleach filler, the Copy Captain arc or the Sword Rebellion arc filler, but it's good. They're filler, but they're good.
As long as we ain't talking about no damn Bountos here.
No.
Oh yeah.
The first and worst filler of Bleach.
We don't talk about the bounce.
Just like how Scooby-Doo never talks about Scrappy-Doo, am I right?
Yeah. Because he never existed.
I like how they poked fun at that in one of the Scooby-Doo shows where somebody was about to mention Scrappy-Doo's name, but Fred stopped them and be like, wait, we never talk about that.
Yeah. It is the darkness that we do never speak of. You know it's sad when people hate Scooby-Dum less than they hate Scrappy.
It's fun. Growing up, I loved Scrappy. I didn't even know people hated him.
Mm-hmm.
Can't forget
And they said that Scrappy-Doo was
he became annoying, so they were like.
Basically, he had Cousin Oliver syndrome, like Cousin Oliver from Brady Bunch.
Brady Bunch, yeah.
Played by Robbie Wrist, believe it or not.
Went on to great things as Michelangelo.
Yes.
Do.
I'll always remember him as the voice of Michelangelo and Corey Feldman as the voice of Donatello. Name rings a bell! Who's trapped under the bell? Lord Noranaga! Lord Noranaga! Whack! Boom! Ooh! Huh! Name rings a bell. You know, I hope Mutant Mayhem turns out to be good, but with Seth Rogen to the project, I really don't have any faith in that.
Oh, yeah, Turtles.
Yeah. But, you know, crazy things have happened.
Too true.
Anyway, I'm gonna grab this treasure chest, and then after that, I think we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna call it off here.
LP said, "What if the Velma show has Scrappy-Doo?" Well, it'll just go from bad to worse.
Oh yeah.
I liked OG Scrappy, even though I see the problem too. You know.
I hear you, man.
All right, I think this is a good spot to where we can call it close for tonight, since we're already near the top of the hour.
Yep. Bad game. He never hated or liked Scrappy. He thought he was just okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the best thing you can think about Scrappy these days is he was just all right.
And yeah, he came back as the main antagonist in the James Gunn Scooby-Doo movie, which I thought was okay.
Great.
Oh, it was great? Oh, I thought it was all right. Not bad, but not terrible.
It was an expert.
Oh, Lord Doom, he said something insulting about me in Fighters. I responded and he goes, "Why are you bullying me?" Do what? Oh, about his brother-in-law has younger sibling syndrome? Oh, okay. I see where you're getting at. Anyway, I'll go ahead and I'll plug for me, and then Metal, and then Cows. So, yeah. You guys can find me on YouTube and Twitch at Double RPG Reviews. YouTube's my bread and butter, whereas Twitch is secondary for me. And but I do tend to stream on both those sites via Restream, so be sure to follow me at both those sources if you possibly can. And you can also follow me through social media on Facebook and Twitter at Double RPG Reviews. And that's me.
Okay, me, I'm pretty easy. I'm on Twitch at actually Metal Blue Eye 0. I don't really do anything yet, but hey, things just might change. Anyways, also Twitter, Metal Blue Eye 0, same thing. YouTube, Metal Blue Eyes. Check me out. And of course, check out hero-club.com for all your hero needs, and follow us across social media at Hero Club for Life, especially Twitch. where we stream Wednesdays and Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Whereas Wednesdays are our our weekly news and kind of
Wheelie.
chit chat show. Exactly, with Wheelchair 21. And then, of course, Fridays, we just play a game and shoot the breeze. So, yeah, come by, check us out.
It's very wheelie because, you know
It is
why?
very wheelie.
The squeaky wheel always gets the grease.
Yeah.
Anyway, how about you, Jerry?
All right, you can follow me Tuesdays and Fridays. Follow me at twitch.tv/fightercows. I stream Tuesdays and Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern. Tuesdays is King of Fighters. Fridays is Fate Grand Order. And you can follow me on social media, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, with the same name, Fighter Cows, in case, I do anything else you might like. I draw, I do Fate videos on YouTube whenever I can think of an idea. Webcomics, all that stuff. But for now, the most consistent thing is Twitch.
Excellent.
And be sure to follow us on Discord if you haven't. The link is in the Twitch chat, so
It's a good way
click
to
on
keep
that.
up with us.
And yeah, because
It is.
we do like to interact with you guys. All right, so join us next Saturday as we continue Dragon Ball Z Attack of the Saiyans, and for sure we will get done with the end of OG Dragon Ball and get on with the Saiyan saga of this game. So that's when we get into the meaty parts of the game story, and it's just going to get wild from there. And we'll see how far along we get with next week's episode. So until then, this is Double RPG.
Metal Blue Eyes.
And I'm Fighter Cows.
And if you'll excuse me, I've got more Like a Dragon Ishin to play after we log off. But in the meantime, Kaus, you have two great words left for us to end off the stream, and they are...
Give me Kanyo.
Peace out. See you next time, and cha-la, head cha-la to you all. Later.
Yeah. Teach a dinosaur to ride on top of a ball.